Welcome to this presentation presented by Free Range Productions and Global Voice Network. This is a roundtable discussion featuring Gail of Gaia from Free Range with Gail of Gaia, Paul Beener from Global Voice Network, and Dean Chambers, three good friends with a combined total of almost a century of experience researching and uncovering truth. We just get together and chit-chat and chew the fat. And now you're invited. Welcome to the program. Welcome to the Think Tank. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the program. This is the Think Tank on Global Voice Network and Free Range. And we've got myself, and we've got Gail of Gaia, and we've got Dean Chambers with us today. Can everybody hear everybody?
I hear you.
Okay. I hear you.
I hear you. I don't hear everybody, though.
All right. Wait a minute. I need to turn my microphone down. I don't know what it is.
That's pretty loud, actually.
I updated like some software. It automatically updated, and ever since then things have been screwed up. And it keeps it's automatically adjusting itself up. Unbelievable. Okay. All right, minimize that. Okay, so hi guys, we're on all platforms, and what fun stuff can we talk about for a few minutes, just to kind of give people a chance to get connected?
Do you think the gold standard is important? It's coming out of Russia. I mean, is that too?
I think it's about time.
Well, to me, that's an important story.
Well, yeah.
Well, it shows how quickly the prosperity for the entire country improves once you got gold-backed currency. I don't even like to use that word, but for lack of a better word, that's big.
Well, and everybody historically speaking that has denied the Rothschilds access to their country and have refused to sign on to fiat currencies and step off of the gold backing.
They mysteriously ended up dead, right?
Oh, they were demonized by the media. They wound up dead. I mean, do you remember seeing that video of who was it? Gaddafi. Gaddafi took a tour of his city, and he was standing on the seat of a car with a third of his body hanging out of a sunroof, and he's waving to the people, and they're all clamoring to the side of the streets, waving at him, hoping that they'll notice or that he'll notice them. And he took like this extended tour of the city, and then they showed Obama's motorcade. It was like 200 vehicles, 3 or 4 limousines. They had the one he was in, and then they had a couple of decoy limos in the thing. They had flashing lights, emergency signals going everywhere. It was nuts.
Did you do any less for Satan?
Here's the leader. Here's the leader of the free world. Okay. And he is protected by miles.
The free is fake. The free is fake. And so was he.
All right. I get okay. I get your point. I get your point.
I knew you would, but anyway, good. I get your point as well. Anyway, the other thing of it is that I think it was Gaddafi. He gave these great, like if a couple was married, they got all kinds of bonuses or a house or, I mean, just incredible things that everybody wants to be able to have. And then also there was so many things. He actually cared about his people. He was actually trying to see them thrive, was what the impression I was given for some of the things that I read, which certainly wasn't the narrative we heard here in America, where they lied to us about everything.
From what I heard was that education was free, Higher
Yeah.
education was free. Healthcare
Hmm.
was free.
Yep.
Any couples that got married got a dowry as a wedding gift to put toward a house.
That's the word I couldn't think of. Thank you.
And he himself lived in a tent, and he said that he would remain in the tent until every last one of his people had a home.
Wow, I didn't know that part.
Yeah, he actually lived in a tent, as opposed to um, Arnold
The,
Schwarzenegger. The only reason he had a tent was so he could smoke his cigars. That's the only reason he camped out in the front lawn of the Capitol. But anyway, yeah, Schwarzenegger. Yeah, I've actually,
Schwarza Nazi.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, Schwarzenegger. Yeah, we can do that. I have actually globally deleted all of his movies from my library. Any ones that I had gotten from like Prime or any DVDs that I had of him, they have either been destroyed or deleted. He's gone. He is dead to me. No more. No more Schwarzenegger in my house.
Well, how about Tom Hanks?
Yeah, yeah, I've gotten rid of him too. Except for I think I still have the money pit because I just dig Shelley Long. I think she's hilarious.
Well, you'll find out she's a man, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Good God, I've been heartbroken so many times this year with some of the things that have come out. Holy shit! And
Sandra Bullock.
and not only not only have I been heartbroken for myself because they turn out to be guys or they are purported to be guys, but I'm also heartbroken for all of the girls, the young women, the people that idolized them, that looked up to them, that wanted to be just like them. I mean, how many people got on the Michelle Obama bandwagon, and
I
every girl
still
wanted.
have people. I still have exactly. I still have people that aren't aware of her,
Of
him.
the
What
package.
you know
They're
what I?
not
Yeah.
aware of the package.
There, that's a good way of putting it. Okay.
He was what, a linebacker? He played semi-pro ball. Hey, look at
Yeah.
those shoulders.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
really.
it's
You know.
funny. There's a guy on. Um, uh, it's been a commenter on the Drake show calls himself as Big Mike Obama, and all he ever does when he comes on the show is attempts to criticize me in some capacity, usually. Um, and I anyway, it just reminded me of that. It's not important, but it's people. There are still people that don't realize that he was a she or she was a he.
Yes, he was an it.
Ah!
Whatever.
I'm so glad we're seeing in the court system that their judges are actually stepping up and they're saying, no, transgender, you can't swim against women. You can't bicycle against women. You're a
Absolutely.
man. I don't care what you identify as. You're
You
carrying all
have
these.
the physique of a man, regardless.
Yeah, genetically, biologically, you're a man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You
You can
may
take a few hormones here and there, but it's still not. It's just not the same.
yeah.
Yeah, just talk it over with your therapist next time you see him.
Yeah. Yeah. You may identify as a woman. I identify as a judge, and I decide you cannot play. Case closed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I want to go back to where I started because we kind of like drifted off the whole thing because this is kind of like a domino principle that happened.
Okay. I'm sorry.
This has to do with the gold.
Me too.
Again. That Russia uses the ruble. And back in the end of March 28th, they put the rate of 5,000 rubles per gram of gold. I'm going to break this down real quick. It basically comes down, well, there's 28 grams in an ounce, 5,000 rubles, 140,000 rubles for an ounce. we compare that to the United States. If you bought an ounce of gold, 140,000 rubles, converted into US dollars, it means that you paid $1,400 for an ounce of gold instead of fiat gold that you'd get from the United States for $1,928. You save 30%.
Right.
Now, what does that do? That devalues the American dollar, and the Rothschilds and all the Rockefellers and all the people that are bearing and doing their dirty stuff with fiat dollars. It's forcing them. They're going to have to back their money. We know that India has already gone down that path. United States is going down that path. They're resisting as much as they can because they just can print up more money and go do whatever they want. It's not going to happen, though.
Yeah, but not if it's backed by gold and there's a finite amount of gold to back it up. They can't print any more money.
So all the bad people in the world that were like trouncing on Russia, the UN, NATO, the European Union, all these different little countries over there saying, oh, and they're blowing up their own people. It's all lies. They weren't doing that at all. They were taking out Nazis into Ukraine, first of all.
Yeah.
But so what did Putin do? Very wisely, he said, and he represents 40% of gas production out there. So if you're in the European Union, you're in the UN, you're in NATO, you're in whatever, and you need some of your gas, you got to get it, part of it, from Russia. Now, he said, well, those that aren't, nice to Russia and are kind of our enemies, you have to pay in rubles, which is backed by gold. You got to put your money where your mouth is. They didn't like that at all.
And you know what else Russia has that we're lacking here in the United States?
They got balls.
That too.
Even the women got them. Jesus Christ.
Oh, quit it. Just quit it.
Good grief.
Okay, now you made me totally lose my train of thought. No, I didn't. They have organic food. And it's so funny that we have to call organic something that you don't spray poison on.
Yeah, we used to just call it natural food.
Yeah.
You go pick a tomato. You didn't have to classify it. Was it genetically mutated organisms?
Organism.
Yeah, organism.
We know where your head's at. Okay.
No, I said that on purpose.
There is only
comedic
one.
relief.
There is only one truly organic food, and that is food that you grew yourself either in a greenhouse or in your living room, because even the organic food is sprayed with...
Stop. But don't do that, because that just makes don't even try to get clean food then. I mean, you need clean food. You need to get clean food. And I know organic food is not perfect, but you could go good, better, best. And you could, put it into different categories that way in order to, and the only reason I'm saying this is I don't want people to choose as GMO just because, organic is bad anyway. It's got stuff on it too, that kind of thing.
Some people can't afford organic.
That's why. Well, that's why there are certain foods that you really should do everything you can to buy organic, and other foods you shouldn't just cut out. You can afford more than you really think you can by different ways of doing things, but I'm not going to get into all of that.
I don't know who you're talking about. That ain't me.
Okay, there's the Clean 15, for example. There's certain foods that are listed in that list that are clean, reasonably clean. They don't use a lot of pesticides on them, something like that.
Give us some examples.
And then there is the dirty dozen.
Okay.
And those are like apples, strawberries. I got to pull out my old nutrition books and look them all up if that's what you want.
Your books?
I'm not.
Can't you Google it?
I'm not on here to talk about that today anyway. So,
okay, well, maybe we can plan to talk about that another time, because it is definitely something that would be of value to the listener. I mean, people's health is paramount, especially with all the ways that they're being attacked. So
Well, that's why I was objecting to dissing organic foods.
yeah, but
That's all.
but you never let me finish because I wasn't dissing organic food. I was saying that if at all possible, grow it yourself. Grow it under cover or grow it hydroponically in your house if you can do it. And if you can't, just rinse the living snot out of it and buy as organic as you possibly can. Stay away from the high fructose corn syrup in packaged foods. Stay away from the packaged foods
Okay, okay.
altogether. And do the leafy green thing. Do salads for God's sake.
Okay. Are you a nutritionist?
No, I'm not a
Sounded like it.
nutritionist, but okay, this is what I heard, and I
Well, you're well read, I must say. That's good.
okay,
What you're
well,
saying is true.
okay,
So,
well
anyway.
then why are you asking me if I'm a nutritionist? Okay, I can clarify that. No, I'm not a nutritionist. I don't even play one on TV, but I have read a lot.
Nobody plays one. No, nobody plays one on TV anyway. And
Yeah, but the old TV commercials. I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV. So you should take any medication I suggest.
well, this is why I've got to, the doctors are obviously in charge of healthcare in all realms, including nutrition. So that was, you
Yeah.
can't overspeak anything that they say, so to speak.
Well, the doctors have carte blanche over accepting or denying whatever a nutritionist says with respect to one of the
Exactly.
doctor's patients. So,
Even, yes, even when they know absolutely nothing about it. And that's
okay.
been a proven fact too.
Are we ready to get into the tasty stuff? We've been going for about 17 minutes so far.
Oh,
Lay it on us, Paul. Tell us this tasty stuff you got.
Okay, well, let's drop the censored platforms, go to the descriptions, find the links to Odyssey, Rumble, or D Live, and we'll pick you up on the other side of the planet.
yes, hang on. I'm going to shut off mine and I'll tell you when I got them off.